Thank you for tuning in to Be in Brunswick. I'm your host, Megan Bishop with the Brunswick County Chamber. I would first like to thank my sponsors, Dane Delane Salon and Surf Unlimited in Ocean Isle Beach. You'll be able to see my different wardrobe styles, hair, and makeup throughout the show. This month, we will be visiting the Sunset Beach Merchants Association and National Property Inspections. Stick with us for our episode. We're out here at Sunset Beach with Chris Wilson. Thank you, Chris, so much for being on my TV show today. Tell me your position here at the Sunset Beach Market.
I am the market manager.
Okay, so you handle all the vendors, all the food, all the entertainment, everything from start to finish, which I know as an event planner, it is not an easy task. We got here bright and early this morning, and a lot of your vendors were already set up. So I know it's a hard job, but I'm sure it's fun.
It's a fun job. It's not hard. It's just, I love everybody here, and we have some of the most wonderful vendors in the area. So.
This is my first time out here, so I'm pleased to be here. Tell me a little bit about the market itself and why you started this.
Okay, that's kind of a serendipitous story. I just happened to go to the Southport Market and loved that market and saw how wonderful it was. And I met the market manager, I call her Miss Marion, and she kind of told me how to get it started, and finally, after weeks and weeks of visiting their market and talking to vendors, she said, just do it. So with the cooperation of our team and our town and the wonderful vendors that I have met, we started a market last fall, and with actually the week before we started, we had 10 vendors. The week that we actually started, we had 30 vendors. Now we have 60 plus vendors, so awesome. It's fantastic.
And this is a seasonal thing, so when do you start it throughout the year?
We start in May. We started May 5th, and we go through October, the end of October, October 27th.
Wow. And what are the times of the market?
9 to 2.
9 to 2, and so people can come out and shop and enjoy the park. I love the Sunset Beach Park. It's wonderful.
It's the most beautiful venue that we could ever wish for. So
I know. Well, I am so excited to be here. Like I said, we're going to go around and visit some of the vendors.
Great.
I appreciate you talking with me. If anyone was interested in being a vendor, how do they find out more information?
They can go online at info@sunsetbeachmarket.com.
Okay.
We do need them to send in an application along with a couple pictures of their product.
Okay.
And then our team will decide whether they are suitable for our market or the market is suitable for them. Okay. And then we contact them. But right now we're full, and what we're doing is having people still apply, and we will fit them in if the vendor can't make it to
or something in the future. Something to look
something
at
in the future possibly.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, we're going to go visit some of the vendors.
Great.
I appreciate it, Chris.
All right,
thank you
you so much for coming. Thank you.
I'm here with Coleen and Darren with the Sunset Beach Merchants Association. Thanks so much for being on my show today.
Our pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. We are at the market right now, but beautiful view at Sunset Beach. I'm so excited to be here. But we want to talk a little bit about the Merchants Association. So Darren, tell me a little bit about the history and the background of that association.
Started in 2013, so there was, I guess the founding fathers were business people that got together and said, we need to find a way to market the area and Sunset Beach in general. Okay. And so it started there. They decided to solicit other businesses to join the group, and with the funding that was actually provided by the town of Sunset Beach, in many ways the Merchants Association is a travel and tourism division for Sunset Beach.
Absolutely.
So over the years, I guess it's progressed into an organization now that we have 65 members, which is great.
Yeah.
And those members are specifically in Sunset Beach or within the 1 mile extraterritorial jurisdiction.
Right. Okay. Coleen, what is the mission of the Sunset Beach Merchants Association?
Well, as Darren mentioned before, it was started in a way to sort of market the town, and we have evolved, and we've had new members come in and changes in our board and such, so we've tried to be progressive in our efforts and rely a little more on technology and things like that to do some more marketing. And so we welcome all our members, and we're kind of a family, so we try to help each other out. This year, one of our big new projects was our visitor's guide, and we were able to put that together, a nice 48-page visitor guide. And we have, Darren does our website, so we have all our members featured on that, and then we have an app, Visit Sunset Beach as well. So this way, when tourists come here, we kind of are like a one-stop shopping. So if they want to know where to go to eat, where to go to shop, you know, what is there going on event-wise, they can just look in those places and know where the hot spots are.
Absolutely. The websites, we're going to talk about that a little bit later,
Sure.
but lots of information, lots of
Right.
information.
The visitor guide is a great resource. Not only do we have it here locally, but we have it in grocery stores through the regional area. So it's in grocery stores all the way up to Wrightsville Beach. And we also have them in all of the visitor centers throughout the entire state.
And we have them at the Chamber also.
How wonderful.
So if somebody walks in and wants to know specifically about Sunset Beach, that's something that we can either direct them to the website. They can go through our website to find you, or directly to your website. So that's really, really nice. Now, this is a nonprofit organization, correct?
Correct.
What you said was 65 members, so you are growing. I can't wait to see it a couple years down the road. Let's talk a little bit about some of the events that the Merchants Association puts on. Darren, let's start with you on some of the events that you do throughout the year.
Well, certainly this is the Sunset Beach Waterfront Market, and so this is our second season. It's been very successful. Chris Wilson, our market manager, has done a great job of assembling some fantastic vendors.
Continuing to grow.
Yes.
And I guess filtering out the really quality vendors that are available in the area. And so this is a good example of bringing people to the town of Sunset Beach. It benefits not only the visitors, but also the residents. And that's certainly part of what we want to accomplish as an organization.
Coleen, tell us a little bit about Paddle Fest. I'm so excited about this event, second year, and I love it. So give us some details on Paddle Fest.
We did that for the first time last year, yes, our inaugural experience. So it was a wonderful family event, fall festival. Last year happened to fall on Halloween, which lent itself nicely to our theme, and we had fun activities for kids. You literally could come and bring 3 generations of your family. We had music, we had microbrewery, we had many of the same vendors that are here and some additional ones. We had stand-up paddleboard and kayak races, some fun races, and a whole host of activities for the children. So we're gonna kind of expand upon that this year, offer many of the same things. And then we are looking for the same type of family event. And now that we've had a full year to market it and people are more aware and have gotten to see, we're looking for a pretty big turnout this year. So it really is just a family event.
Yep.
And in this park, it's a beautiful venue. I don't know of any better venue in the whole county than this park. It has something for everyone. Shade, sun, water,
Absolutely.
beach. You can get it all right here.
Well, you've got restaurants around you.
Absolutely.
Lots of things to do. And you had
Right.
Whitney Lane at Paddle Fest
We had
last
Whitney
year.
Lane perform last year, so we're deciding who our music talent is going to be this year, so that's forthcoming. But again, the Paddle Fest will have its own website. Is it sunsetbeachpaddlefest.com or is it
sunsetbeachpaddlefest.com?
Okay.
So as more comes forth, it will be posted on there.
Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all being with me today to talk a little bit about the association. If somebody is interested, a business that is interested in becoming a member, what do they need to do?
It's an application.
Application. We're right on our website. Visit sunsetbeachnc.com. They can go right on there. They can download the application on there. They can email us, and we'll get back to them. And we welcome new members with open arms.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Say the website one more time and contact information if there's a phone number or anything like that. Darren, I'll let you do that. Is it basically just the website? Is that the main?
Yeah, that's the main, I guess, way to communicate with us. So it's www.visitsunsetbeachnc.com.
Okay. Wonderful.
There is an 800 number. But I can't
We'll stick
think
to
of
the
it.
website. It has lots of information on it. So I appreciate y'all being with me today. We're going to talk to some of the vendors, and we're going to talk to entertainment. And we've spoken with Chris. So I really appreciate y'all being with me today and learning a little bit more about the association and the market.
Thanks for
so
coming
much.
in.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with Joanna. She's one of the vendors here at the market. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me a little bit about your business. You're from Wilmington, and you've been doing this market for this year. So you've been out here for several weeks. We just talked about how much we love the market. We love Sunset Beach. Tell me a little bit about your company.
Okay, this is Soul & Sea Studio, and I do these antique bottles. Most of them are found locally under the old pharmacies, creek banks, estate sales, wherever I can find them. And then the shells are not local, they're exotic, and I do all this metalwork and piece everything together. So yeah,
so you just use it for decor and table decor, house decor. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
So how long does it take you to make one bottle?
It just depends on the shape of the shell, how much metal is needed to form everything.
Okay.
So it varies, anywhere from an hour to 3 hours. You know.
And do you do other events here in the community?
I do several markets around. I do Southport Market, Wrightsville Beach, the downtown Sunday Market, all over the place. So,
okay. And if someone was interested in purchasing one of these and couldn't be here at the market today, how can they contact you? Do you have a website?
I do. It's SolenCstudio.com, and also I'm on Facebook, Facebook.com/Solenc.
Okay.
And, you can email me, call me, all that jazz.
Okay, well, we love it. Thank you so much for speaking about your company.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks. I'm here with Jason and Wyatt. They sell kettle corn here at the market. A lot of our viewers know you because you are local.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your company.
Dixieland Kettle Corn, we started this a few years ago. I used to be a contractor here in the area, and when the recession hit, we started looking for something else that we could all do as a family. And so Wyatt we were at a festival in the mountains and we saw this, and Wyatt really liked the popcorn, so we got the idea, so well, let's try this at the beach. Nobody does it down here. So
awesome.
And so that's how we got started.
Yeah. And you're going to briefly tell us the process, but before we start that, Wyatt, tell me a little bit about the flavors of popcorn that you sell.
Well, we have an original sweet and salty,
Okay.
and it's like the brother of caramel because those are our original flavors. And we have an apple, which is like a regular green apple, and we have a caramel and apple, which is a mix between caramel and apple.
Oh, that sounds good.
We have a Carolina blue flavor, which my pa really likes because he cheers for the Tar Heels. And we have some drinks. We have cheer wine, water, Pepsi, Coke, everything like that.
Okay. And what's your favorite popcorn? What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor, I actually have two.
Okay, what are they?
The green apple and the Carolina blue.
I like the green apple. That's my favorite. So good. So Jason, you're going to go through quickly the process of making the popcorn.
Basically, kettle corn is, nobody really knows where it got started. Some people say Germany, some people say the cowboys back in the old days, the old-fashioned days. But basically, we have oil like you used to make it on your mom's stove. We got oil in here already. We'll add the popcorn. The difference is, and then we add in sugar, our different flavors and ingredients to it.
Okay.
Once it starts popping, we'll be making a batch of caramel right here. We have a molasses, brown sugar, and caramel blend that we put in, which a lot of people, that's probably our most popular flavor. We have to stir it up because the burning point of all the sugar is lower than the popping point of the actual popcorn. It does like to pop out, the grease and the sugar, and that's why we wear face masks and gloves and all that good stuff. It's not fun when it gets on you.
No.
So,
okay, well, I'm going to move out of your way. I'm going to go this way so you can start.
All
and
right.
Wyatt, you're going to take care of the customers.
Welcome back. We're excited to be out here with National Property Inspections with the owner, Susan, beautiful Susan Giuffre, and her husband, Jim. I am filling in for Megan. I am getting down and dirty. I'm really excited. This is my first time being on be in Brunswick. So I'm here with Jim. Jim, tell us a little bit about what you guys do at National Property Inspections.
Well, we've been in business for 10 years now. We have currently we have 3 inspectors. We cover the areas from New Hanover down to Myrtle Beach. We've done a little bit over 6,000 home inspections in that period of time.
6,000?
6,000.
Wow.
So we've been busy.
That's a lot.
You know, we're one of the premier inspection companies in this area, and we enjoy working with a lot of the homeowners and the realtors in the area.
So give us a summary of what type of inspections you do. Like, what does that mean? What do you do?
Well, generally it's for people who are looking to purchase the home and they want to kind of get a good overall picture of what they're going to be purchasing, you know. So we start from the roof and we go all the way through the house and then into the crawl space, or depends on what type of foundation it is. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about foundations. In this area, we basically have 3 different types of foundations.
Okay.
We have homes that are on pilings, you know, which are at the beach.
Okay, yeah.
And then we have homes that are on crawl spaces, like this home we have here. And then we have homes that are on a concrete slab.
Right.
And we're going to be talking about a little bit about that today.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go ahead and go get started and get down and dirty with being Brunswick. All right, we're getting ready to do our first inspection. We're going to do a roof inspection. But I did want to take a minute and thank our gracious hosts today who are hosting their house for us to do this. It's Anna Marie and Al Kozel. Anna Marie and Al are local realtors here. You've probably met with them. So I did want to say thank you for letting us, use your house today. Jim's going to walk me through this machine here, which is like a monopod to view the roof of the house without physically going up there. So.
Okay. Well, the reason MPI invested in this technology is because, especially down at the beach, we have a lot of homes that have, the roofs are unobtainable by a ladder or even from the deck. So this was a way to get up there and get a good bird's eye view of the roof. So this pole here goes up 30 feet high at maximum. It has a high zoom camera, and I use my smartphone as a monitor.
Cool.
So in this instance, we're going to just pull it up about 2 sections, if you'd like to.
All right. And when you use this, do you still go on the roof if you can, or do you pretty much do this unless you absolutely have to go on the roof?
Right. As a rule, we generally like to go on the roof is the first preference. If we can't get up there for whether it be the pitch, for safety reasons, we use this.
Okay. So I'm going to take this lever here.
Let me just make sure that this is
turned back on.
Turned on.
And that's just a regular camera. Is it a special camera that's?
Yes, this is a Wi-Fi camera.
Okay, and it's connected to your phone through like a Wi-Fi signal,
yes.
Bluetooth. Cool.
Yep, you connect it.
All right. And then I'm going to pull this up. How far up does this first section go, you think?
6 feet.
Okay. It's really
Okay,
hard.
that's good. That's all you need to do.
All right, and then we're going to do the second. I'm going to go this way because it's getting heavy. That way. Okay.
That's good.
All right. So then we're going to adjust it.
Yeah, it's got a foot pedal, so we could secure the pole.
What are you looking for when you're up here? Like
Well,
damage or?
yeah, one of the common problems that we find are the vent pipe flashings, and because they usually crack from the sun, and they usually around 8 to 10 years. That's a good time to really investigate them a little closer than than just with using binoculars.
Okay,
Okay.
sure, yeah.
So this technology gives me the capability of zooming in, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute.
All
So
right.
right now we just turn this over here,
Okay,
so we
very
get
nice.
to see the vent pipe.
All right, so it's. Did we
Hold on.
see the vent pipe?
I think it's.
There it is, right there.
Well, actually, it's right here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, and now we're going to zoom in.
All right. It almost is hard to see because it's such a small thing. I'm going to turn it.
Right.
Turn it some more.
Yeah, it's a constant, changing and moving and focusing.
Is this something you do by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you looking for in a vent? What would be?
So the vent pipe is this black rubber part here that dries out from the sun and it gets cracked, and then that creates a roof leak. Okay, and then we would usually be inside the house in probably like the bedroom or the bathroom area, and we would see a stain on the ceiling.
Okay.
And then I would go up into the attic, and usually I can identify the positioning of these vent pipes are right above the ceiling stain.
Okay.
So, so by taking a picture of this, we just hit this button here.
Okay.
But let me just tilt this back a little bit.
Forward or back?
Or forward, I'm sorry. And we just hit this button and it takes a picture of that.
All right, we're getting ready to go into the crawl space. So this is the part I've been waiting for. Jim's gonna walk us through what they inspect underneath the house. Again, this is a crawl space house, and we're gonna go right on in. So Jim, we're under the house and under the crawl space here, and it's a very nice crawl space, I'll have to say, and we're in front of a dehumidifier. So talk us through what you would do underneath the house as far as inspecting it.
Okay. Well, this is a encapsulated or a closed crawl space.
Okay.
In 2016, they were talking about making all new homes this kind of design. When they encapsulate a crawl space, they close all the vents off, so there's no outside air coming in here. They lay the plastic down. They put the plastic on the walls, as you can see. It's got to be as high as the grating, or at least a little above.
All right.
And they have to have a device like this, which is an air exchange, and it has to take out 30 pints of water per day.
Wow.
And now there's a little pump on the side of this that pumps the moisture or the water that collects in the air, and it pumps it outside.
How much moisture collects under a house like this? I mean,
depends.
is it a lot more than you think?
I think so, yes.
And does the coast have is it more prevalent on the coast with
yes,
it being near the water?
That's why encapsulated crawl spaces are becoming more and more popular here, because we have a high humidity content.
Right.
Yes.
So this is pretty much a very good item to have under your house to kind of keep the moisture and the mold down.
Yes, it's a lot of people are going to this type of concept in their crawl space, because what's happening is if you have a high moisture content in the crawl space, the wood members located above us, these are the floor joists, get mold growing on them.
On the wood?
On the wood.
I didn't know that.
Because the high moisture, like just the beads of water will sit on the floor joists, and because it can't dry out, because it's so moist and humid, it just creates mold. Mold grows on it.
Wow.
So, and also if you have hardwood floors, they cup. When you have moisture coming from the bottom of hardwood floor, they cup, the edges cup upward. So if I'm in a home and I walk through the home and I see the light shining in through the windows and I see the cupping in the floor, I know that it's going to probably be a problem down here.
What's the square footage of this home down here? And this is amazing how deep this goes. I mean, it's...
Yes, I would think this home here is roughly about 2,400 square feet.
Okay.
It's hard to, I don't know because of the height of it, what it actually is.
Gotcha.
But,
okay. So what would you be inspecting besides the mold? Would you look at insulation?
Well, the first thing what I do is I make sure that this plastic there's no rips or. So from 2005, they required the crawl spaces to be at least 80% plastic vapor barrier down on the ground. But when you encapsulate, like I said, you got to put it on the ground. You got to put it up the columns. You have to leave a minimum of a 3-inch gap at the top for the termite guys to do their inspection. And if they have to treat, that's where they would treat, right along the top.
I see.
That's why they leave that those open areas.
I see, okay. Well, that's good.
So we look at that. We make sure that there's no mold on the floor joists. And we make sure all the joists are laying flat or squarely on the piers.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And then we look, in this case, we have insulation is exposed. So when you have a crawl space that has high moisture, what happens is it looks like spider webs. It'll all start hanging or pulling down from the ceiling because it gets wet, it gets saturated, and it starts pulling down.
Okay.
Now, as a home inspector, the only time we have to move the insulation is when we see drain pipes.
So you literally put your hands in it and just kind of move it around and kind of feel it? Okay.
And if there's a sand-filled porch, like these front steps here have sand filled, and then they put brick and concrete.
Okay.
Because termites love to, that's where they love to live in the sand. So we would go in the front of this crawl space, and we would look along the top to see if there was any termite activity.
So that's part of your inspection is for termites, just
yes.
like a curious, like just
Like a
inspection.
basic,
Yeah,
basic.
nothing in depth, but just if you see something that looks like it might be a termite, then you put that in your inspection notes.
Yes, like
Gotcha.
that insulation that's hanging
I
down
see
over
that,
there in the
yeah.
front. I would note that. I would note that plastic over there that's pulling off the wall needs to be fixed.
Okay.
And then I would go, because I come in here at the last part of the inspection after I run all the showers and the toilets and the sinks.
Oh, so you look for water.
So then I look at all the drain pipes, and especially because there's plastic on the ground, if there's any water puddling or pooling.
Well, that makes it easy to find with the plastic down.
Right.
I mean, you aren't like looking for wet dirt or anything.
Right.
Okay.
And then also another thing is the water heater. Usually the drain pipe comes down here, and I have to make sure that it's drained outside of the crawl space as opposed to dropping water into the crawl space.
So have you ever found any critters when you're out here doing these inspections?
I've seen a lot of nests where they nest up into the eave part of the crawl space. I've seen snake skins, and I've seen my share of critters, but I've never had I've never been bitten by anything.
Oh, well, that's good.
So.
Because I noticed when we got dressed, we're in, coveralls and a hat. You also had us wear gloves and a face. We don't have the face mask on because you probably wouldn't hear us, but you always wear a mask.
Yes.
And then I got a flashlight. Was there any other tools of the trade that you use when you're down in
I
here?
have this. This is a moisture meter.
Oh, okay.
You turn this on.
And
especially if you see mold or water dripping off of beams or anything like that, this is something that you put on the wood.
Okay.
And when it reaches a certain level, an alarm starts going off.
Oh, wow.
And then I take a picture of that with my camera to record to show the client.
What's normal moisture without being like in danger zone?
I would think in an encapsulated, it's somewhere between 30 and 40% is okay.
All right.
I think this owner has an alarm. He's got a sensor somewhere hanging from one of the floor joists here that go to a device up in
That's
the...
not that right there behind you, is it? Or is that for the humidifier?
Oh yeah, this is it. Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So this is a sensor, and he has a wireless monitor in the kitchen.
Wow.
So and he has it set that if it goes above a certain amount, it'll start beeping.
Wow.
So then he knows either the dehumidifier turned off, it's clogged, or there's a problem. There's a water leak or something down here.
That's great. That's
So yeah, so he doesn't have to be down here all the time. That will be able to tell him if there's a problem.
Any other tools?
And then the other thing that I have is just a something to probe the wood. If I seen wood that's dark in color, or if it's got mold on it or something like that, then I probe it and I stab the wood.
So that's a special tool called a screwdriver there.
Screwdriver,
that you
yeah.
use. Okay.
You keep it simple.
Yeah.
You would stab the wood to see if and if there was a problem, it would go like right into it, right through it.
Yeah. So this
so
all
it's-
looks pretty solid, huh?
Yeah, this is pretty solid. This is good, in good shape.
Good. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. So we have talked about the type of inspections you do. You do residential, commercial. You guys been in business for 10 years. You do everything from top to bottom, inside.
Yes.
Is there anything else that we might have missed that you feel is important that we should discuss that people know about?
No, just that we, as National Property Inspections, we believe in investing in technology in order to give our clients the best inspection that we can. And we try to be as honest as we can, although sometimes we're ridiculed for being too picky
Or detailed,
or
maybe?
too detailed.
Oh, yeah.
But we feel that that's what we need to do.
And people can call you before they sell their house, or if someone's buying a house
Yes.
or a commercial property to kind of check it out and
Yes.
make sure they're getting a good investment.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate the time. I appreciate you guys spending a few hours with us getting this going, and we learned a lot more about what you do and how you do it. Again, we appreciate Anna, Marie, and Al for allowing us to use their home today, and of course ATMC. And
always
And
being
I give
here.
you guys a lot of credit for suiting up and coming in here to see what I do every day.
Yeah,
You know,
and I mean, you do this in all weather. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not, you know, oh, it's a pretty day, let's go do this. It's rain, shine, you know, whatever. I mean, I
Yeah.
know some weather would affect it, but it's cold or it's hot. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not usually anything in between there,
Yeah.
is it?
You know, we try to, for demonstration purposes, you know, we've chose this particular crawl space because it's as clean as you're going to get. So, you know, it would be, at least it's easy for you guys, or it's nicer for you guys to see. But this is what we do, and I appreciate you giving us the time and to explain to some of the people out there and show them, you know, what we do.